And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. They should be playing on the playground. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance.
I mean, he's expressing something that I know you feel and most people feel, which is a combination of sadness, but raw rage. That forget about thoughts and prayers. These kids were literally praying when they were murdered through a church window.
It's unbelievable. And just, you know, Jacob, the mayor, and his wife Sarah just had a second baby. So I know he knows this just gutturally of how this feels.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. The reason why I showed those two videos is because people believe that Christians are not supposed to be executed or attacked by Satan. Here's the thing. Christians, people who put God first, we are the first to be attacked. Why would Satan attack his own people first? This is not the time to move away from God. This is not the time to move away from our relationship with Christ at this moment. This is the time to draw nearer to him. Children were praying and were attacked by Satan's minions. That's exactly what happened. So you're telling people right now, this ain't no time for thoughts and prayers, because clearly prayers and thoughts don't work. That's not clear, man. You know you're going to be persecuted if you're putting God first. Them children are better than their daggone parents putting God first, and they were in the line of gunshots, man. And you're saying to people right now who want this violence to stop that thoughts and prayers are senseless, because in the process of the shooting, the kids were praying. Then you're going to say Dana Bash, and I always had an issue with Dana Bash, old horse face ass. She gets on my nerves, man. I swear Dana Bash always got on my nerves, even when I was a daggone super Democrat voting blue no matter who they tell me to vote for. I was just voting Democrat because my city rep Democrat. My city was a Democrat city, and we voted blue no matter what. And I would see Dana Bash come up on CNN, and even though she was speaking my language, you know, Democrat, 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 Democrat. This right here is just outright demonic, man. To say, forget about thoughts and prayers. Where was your God when these kids was on their knees praying? She didn't say that, but the writing on the guy's magazines actually said that. You don't believe me? Let me show you. And sorry if I'm coming in hot, because this right here is one of those topics that, bruh, this is so daggone demonic. It's so demonic. It's so demonic, man. I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit. This daggone idiot had magazines that had writing on them that showed every single thing that he was out there to do. He was set out to do Satan's work, and that's exactly what he did. And what are we doing as Christians? We're saying that what's the point of praying if these kids was in the middle of praying and they got murdered? Well, people are in the middle of taking care of their homes and in the house with their families when a criminal run up in there in the middle of the night and try to terrorize them. You mean to tell me that they didn't pray over their family before they went to sleep? Are you saying it's their fault because they let their guards down, they closed their eyes, and they put their hand together and they decided to put faith in the Lord? Our faith extends past just us. When we pray, them kids that were praying, they weren't only praying for themselves. They were praying for this world. They were praying for this country. They were praying based off of their own knowledge and understanding at the ages of 8, 9, and 10 years old. That don't mean walk away from your faith. That's the problem now. Democrats are trying their best to get us to walk away from our faith. And that's the reason why I voted for Trump. I'm tired of all of these black people, especially the Democrats, and I say black people specifically. I get back on Dana Bash. But black people specifically believe that if you are black, you are automatically a bad person if you voted for Trump. Here's my thing. Every single thing about the last administration was anti-Christ. Even to the point that CNN can't even call this man a man. They are calling the shooter them and they. Because the shooter's name is, what's the shooter's name? We have, let me get my thoughts. Let me get my thoughts, man, because this right here just pissed me off, bro. It just pissed me the hell off. I'm trying not to get too riled up, man, because this country, man, this country is given into we are given into Satan as if he deserved the glory, as if he deserved the praise, as if he has all the power, and he does not. Satan don't have any power. Satan only has the power that we give him. Satan cannot use us unless we allow him to. It is even to the point where we can't even discuss this topic without having to censor ourselves, or else the LGBTQAI plus community, their police, will just shut us down. We can't even talk about it openly. I'm almost on the side of Candace Owens at this point. I hate to say it, but I'm almost on the side of Candace Owens at this point, because the way it's looking is, it looked like a damn psyop. It looked like another plot to take our minds off of something else that's happening right now. You know, something like the DC mayor actually admitting that what Trump is doing in DC is a good thing. No, we need to take our minds away from this. You know, like Trump doing big deals with presidents in other countries right now, and us starting to look good as a country, and Trump not failing as the president in his second term. Oh no, we need to look somewhere else right now. We need to call on one of our sick puppies who believe they are a woman to go out there and do something so that the news is completely taken over and we are not discussing Trump's wins anymore. We are not discussing the fact that Putin is thinking about making a deal with Ukraine and stopping all this killing in other countries. We need to stop this type of positivity and look elsewhere. That's what this sounds like to me. It's the same thing over and over again. Whenever something is moving in the Lord's favor, Satan ignites, he calls upon one of his minions to go out there and stir up some confusion, to start some sugar honey iced tea so that we look over there. Have everybody discombobulated, walking around like we got blinders on our damn faces, running into walls. Let me tell you something, man. No amount of killing will shake my faith. No amount of sexual mental dysphoria will shake my faith. Because that's what they're trying to do. They actually reported on CNN. They had somebody giving an actual rundown on exactly what happened. And these are people who work for the FBI. And they could not even call this man a man. Out of respect for the shooter, we have to call him, her, them, they by their pronouns. What? They don't deserve no respect. If they deserve anything, they deserve to burn in hell. And then when they're done burning, we need to take their ashes and put it in some type of lab and create them all over again and make them burn again. Because what they did was demonic as hell. They always run the same play, and I'm tired of it, man. They always run the same play. When things are looking up, the other side has to stir up some confusion. All of a sudden, a trans person ends up with endless amounts of magazines to go and shoot up something to stir up some confusion. It always happens. Always. You mean to tell me that this don't piss you off? How can we just go about our day skipping and smiling and being like it's lollipop land when kids was just now slaughtered? And CNN is protecting his pronouns. What? You mean to tell me that that's number one on your priority? That's number one on your list, to protect the shooter's freaking pronouns. I'm trying my best not to curse this morning, guys. I promise you I am. But this is idiotic. It's idiotic, man. This is demonic. This is pure evil. The Democrats are showing their faces again. I promise you, man, this pisses me the hell off, man, because kids can't protect themselves. But for some strange reason, whenever things are going good in this country, whenever things are moving in the right direction, kids are always the target. And the shooter is always the same. Think about it. It's always the same person. Always the same exact freaking person. And guess what? The trans community is not going to come out and say that we don't believe in anything that this person believes in. We are a positive community who love everybody, and we wish that this person was not in our community because what they did, we do not represent. I doubt anybody from their community will come out and say that. I doubt it. If anything, they're celebrating. They probably look at this as some sort of a revolution or something like that. Crazy bastards. Y'all are crazy. You don't deserve no damn respect. Why the hell are you on CNN trying to protect this man's freaking pronouns? And yes, I said man. I do realize that they were born as a man and then they changed their names. We saw all the paperwork. And then they received a call and said, "Are you ready?" You already know these individuals, and I mean this with, first of all, Lord, I apologize if I'm saying anything that is against your will, Lord. But here's the thing: it's always the same person. Think about the people that go and do these shootings. They always tap on the same person to go and do these shootings. Somebody that's mentally gone. Someone that's not there, not all the way there at all. We need you to do something. We need you to do something now. Go drive your truck through a crowd. Go grab a gun and just start shooting people. We need to change the narrative fast. We need to change this news circuit because it's looking too good for MAGA right now. That's their mindset. It's looking too good for MAGA right now. So we need y'all to stir up some confusion really quickly. This pisses me off, man, to no end. I promise you, man, because kids are involved. Those are the only ones that are protected in the Bible. Children and fools. So I'm guessing that the shooter considers himself a fool and that he's protected regardless. Let me show you something right quick that I came across yesterday. This is what they deal with. They don't respect the God you serve at all. At all. Check this out right here. Just in case you haven't seen it, I got to show this to you.
My name is Candy Von Sparkle, a.k.a. Christopher. My pronouns are he, she, and they. Please join me responsibly in a call to worship. Source of life, in the beginning, you made us and called us beloved. When we forget how to love, you remind us to do it. When the powers of the world try to oppress us, your name is beloved. When our siblings in faith condemn us, you claim us beloved. We are your beloved. So today we sing your praises, source of love. My name is Candy Von Sparkle, a.k.a. Christopher.
They hate the God we serve. And guess what, guys? Here's the part that I want y'all to understand. They are supposed to. They are supposed to. Satan is not supposed to worship the Lord. Satan is supposed to start up some mischief elsewhere and start up a whole different army that's going to go up against us. These people don't serve the God you serve. As a matter of fact, they're so busy creating their own. They're busy creating their own right now. They can care less about the God we serve. Because the God we serve want peace and love. Y'all remember when Trump was running for president, right? And they was trying to get a gotcha moment when they was interviewing him, I believe, on CNN or CBS. Was it CBS? And they wanted to know his position on Ukraine, Russia. What side are you taking? Are you on Ukraine's side? Are you on Russia's side? Whose side are you on? We need that sound bite so we can feed it to our people to show them that you are evil. And what did Trump say? I don't know if y'all remember this, but this is one thing that made me vote for him. Trump said, I just want everybody to stop dying. That answer wasn't good enough for them because they want everyone to continue to die. Think about it. Aren't they trying to bring our numbers down? Huh? They're doing it in our foods. They're doing it in the stuff that we put on our bodies, our lotions, our hair products. They're putting it in our water. They're spraying stuff in the air over our cities, over our neighborhoods. They're making everybody believe that they will be happier if they were gay. Let me say that one part one more time. They're making everybody believe that they will be happier and more and better off if they were gay. Pop quiz. What happens if all of us become gay? Pop quiz. What happens if 25% of us become gay? What happens if 10% of us become gay? 10% of 330 million. 33 million of us become gay. That means we're going to stop having children. And it's going to become a fad. It's going to become a thing. Y'all know how daggone snowmen are made. Snowmen are started with a daggone snowball, a small snowball. That's it. A snowman is started with a really small snowball. And then we roll it and we roll it. This right here is their demonic snowball. They know what they are doing. They know what they're doing. They don't care about us anymore. They are all about themselves. That's it. This is why I used to bury my head in the sand whenever it came to politics. Because it's dirty. It's so dirty. They don't care about their people. In all of these blue cities where they're just killing each other, Trump fixes it like that. Like that. They act like they couldn't do it. All these illegal immigrants running through our country, millions. They was pulling their hair out. We don't know what we're going to do. We can't just solve the problem. We have a crime bill. We have a border bill that we need to sign and we need to pass. We don't know how to fix this. Trump becomes president in his first month. He fixes it. Like that. And what do? Oh, we need something to happen really quickly. What are we going to do? A mass shooting. Yes, that always works. That always changes the news. That always changes the focus. Always. Always. When is it not? When does it not? 3 days ago, a black girl was shot in the head in New York City. New York, like 4 people were shot, but the black girl was shot in the head right there at a basketball court. She was 18 years old. Have you all heard about it? Hell no, you ain't hear about it. Why? Because it's not what they want you to know about at all. They will bury these stories as much as they possibly can because it does not fit their narrative. 2 days ago, a black dude and a white girl was brake checking each other. A bit of road rage. Just smashing on their brakes, stopping each other from going around. I'm going to drive over here so you don't get around me. I'm going to drive over here so you don't get around me. I'm going to stop real quick so you can almost hit me. I'm pissed off at something that you did way back then. The black dude gets out the car, shoot at the car that the white girl was in, and she just so happens to be pregnant. 27 weeks pregnant. She's shot in the head. CNN ain't running that story. MSNBC ain't running that story. ABC ain't running that story. CBS ain't running that story. Fox is. Newsmax is. It doesn't fit there. Come on, man. It's the same thing all over again. They are losing too much. People are literally walking away from the Democrat Party. They don't have a leader right now. They are losing worse than they can ever. Bruh, they don't know what happened. They don't know what happened. Letitia James, the same person that put a daggone case up against Trump, And it looked so positive, like she was going to shut him down. I got $450 million out of his pocket, out of his bank account. And he's about to go to jail. He's a criminal. Nah, 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 nah. And that didn't work. And now it's coming back on her. She's facing the same fraudulent charges. That's not a good look for the Democrats. Another mayor is facing the same fraudulent charges. That's not a good look for the Democrats. We need to do something. Oh, I got it. Mass shooting. This always works. Send somebody out there with an AR-15 so we can change the conversation to gun laws. We want to change the conversation to gun laws. We just now saw yesterday in an interview that Laura Ingraham had with the mayor of Baltimore. With the mayor of Baltimore. What did the mayor of Baltimore do? Try to change the conversation to gun laws. It's the same play every single time. And the Democrats wonder why they are losing. You can't play any sport running the same exact play and expect to win. Hold on. Only my men, my fellas might understand this one right here. The fellas might understand this one right here. You cannot run the same exact play, not in hockey, not in soccer, not in football, not in basketball. You cannot run the same play over and over again and expect your opponent not to figure it out and counter that play. You're going to lose. Democrats have been running the same dumbass plays for decades, for centuries. And they only have two arguments. No, three. Three arguments. Either it's racist, either it's about the gun laws, or there was a big switch. That's it. That's all they got. There was a big party switch, or racism and white supremacy, or gun laws. That's it. And now we got Angel Sparklebuff in a church trying to guide people to the holy majesty, who they in there daggone doing, what you call it? They in there sound like a daggone cult.
Life.
Listen to this right here.
Source of life in the beginning. You made us and called us
Beloved.
When
we forget how to love, you remind us we are beloved.
When the powers of the world try to oppress us,
you name us
when our
beloved.
siblings in faith condemn us,
Hold on 1 second. Look at this right here. It says, when the powers of the world try to oppress us, and guess what? When all else fails, all they do is say, shut them down. They're being offensive. They cannot say these words. If they say these words, then they are targeting us. And it's just like racism. It's just like slavery. It's just like the Holocaust. They would try to compare their plight to the worst events in American or world history, period. Just to shut us down in whatever way they possibly can shut us down. And here's the thing. Trump, they're doing it all just to make Trump look less of a president. And it's the most foolish thing in the world. Most foolish thing in the world. When you look at Trump policies, Trump not only has conservative policies, but he's adapting things that were introduced by Bill Clinton, things that were introduced by Obama, things that were introduced by Reagan, things that were introduced by Biden when he was a senator. Like this dude, he takes a good idea. He say, you know what? We can use that. He takes a good idea. I don't care what size it comes from. I just want to make this country great. Can we do that, please? Can we remove all the noise? No, we can't remove all the noise. Why? Because of this right here. Let me show y'all what the shooter left behind. This right here blew my mind when I seen this. Blew my mind. And they still can't say exactly what the whole thing was about. Check this out right here. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I want y'all to see this. This was left behind by the shooter.
Watch my 9mm go bang. I'm the woker, baby. Why so curious? Where's your fucking God now?
This brother has a clip that says, "Where is your God?" It's almost like the script writes itself. Before it even got to CNN, they wrote it on a clip. They wrote it on his daggone magazine. They wrote it on the magazine. And now CNN, Dana Bash, and everybody's saying the same exact thing. It's almost like the email that they sent out to say bloodbath. Trump said it was a bloodbath. Trump said bloodbath. Did y'all hear him say bloodbath? He's going to go to the streets and start killing everybody. He said bloodbath. Y'all remember those stupid things that they do? When they all have a statement that they want everybody to acquiesce to, they want everyone to repeat like they're trying to sell merch. This is what they're saying now. Where is your God? He wrote it on a daggone magazine. And now CNN are saying it. It's not a coinkydink, gang. Guys, it's not a coincidence.
Shit. Skibbity Riz. Gone gang.
If this ain't evil, I don't know what is. If this is not evil, I don't know what is. This dude was called upon, in my opinion, allegedly, I believe he was called upon to do this. He was given the green light. He was probably even given these magazines. He was probably even given these guns because they need to go to something. We need to talk about gun laws. That's what we need to talk about. Here is Trump going through these cities, trying to clean up the cities, and they all happen to be black. How come he's in black cities? There you go, racism. He's in black cities trying to clean it up. Forget the fact that they're killing each other. Why is Trump going to black cities with his mob of police and National Guards and all these other people? Because of racism, right? But the real problem is these assault weapons, these assault rifles. The real problem is the white man who want to cause terror on everyone's lives. Who they won't even call a white man. They still call him, them, and they. because those were his preferred pronouns. And again, I'm not trying to disrespect the LGBTQAI plus community, but this person from your community deserves to burn in hell.
Bang.
Even though everything about this is a Democrat idiot, they're not going to report on this. Why? Because it represents them and they don't want this type of representation. All we wanted to do was just stir up some confusion, and make America look this way. We got to talk about gun laws now. Is there some type of are we about to vote for something? Are they about to run for midterms anytime soon? Like, what's going on right now that we want to change the narrative? We got to change the story, because this right here is one of those kick a what? Come on, man. You going after this supposed to be for the Mexican community? Like, every single thing you can possibly think of that's demonic, this person wants to write down on a magazine. The big one. Fear the big one. Fart inward.
The big boy.
Unalive Donald Trump. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. You think they're going to talk about that? Nope. Why? Because then it will look like they put him up to this. Then it will look like he is a liberal. Then it will look like a Kamala supporter did this. A Biden voter did this. That's what it will look like. A person that loves the LGBTQ community, a person that's part of the community, jumped out there and did this. They are celebrating. They don't care about these kids that were shot. They don't care that our hearts are broken right now because children, man, children are supposed to be running around aimlessly, not even thinking about violence, not even thinking about hurt, harm, and danger, just running around making friends. They don't care if their friends are white, black, girl, boy. They don't care. They're kids. They're being taught how to pray. That's what they're being taught. And this right here is what's called upon.
Fucking rip and tear.
Sponsored by BlackRock. This dude's. Should we take this seriously? Should we look into this? Look at that. Sponsored by BlackRock. Hydra Man, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. They have always did one-sided on the news. Absolutely, and they still do. Thank you, man. My uncle told me the news will report on black crime, white on black, but won't say sugar honey iced tea about black on white and white on white crime. Nah, they won't, because they need us to be divided. They need us to be at each other's necks. They need us to fuss at each other and argue about racism. They need for us to always, they want that conversation. They want us to hate each other. That's what they want. I like to be a part of the coach program. Brother, just grab the course inside the link and you can be a part of the coaching program, Jay Thomas. And thank you so much for pulling up, brother. Listen, guys, and that's the very first link inside the descriptions, man. Just to be frank. All right, so check this out, gang. These demons know what the hell they're doing, and this is why we need to believe in Christ even more. I ask you all every single day, what are you grateful for? And today is not different. Please let me know one thing that you are actually grateful for inside the chat, inside the comments. Because just because this catastrophe happened does not mean that we will not believe in the God that we serve. You step in boldly, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praises will continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord, and the humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his holy name together. Satan gets mad when we rep God. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Satan gets mad, and I love it. Not going to scare me. Not going to scare me. Not one bit. Not one bit. You're not going to scare me. That's what they want us to do. They want to make it illegal for us to talk about the God we serve. That's what they want. Here's a small story from Fox News, man. Hit the like button, gang. Thanks again for joining me on Morning Vantage episode number 90. Sorry for being so pissed off this morning.
Suicidal transgender who hates Trump's Christians and Jews shoots up kids at a Catholic school, and the media wants to take away your handgun. So how are we supposed to protect ourselves from trans shooters? The media is bad at pattern recognition. We aren't. Just 2 years ago, another trans 20-something walked into a Christian school in Nashville with a rifle and shot 3 kids and 3 adults. They buried the manifesto and locked down the case. We've seen trans shootings in Colorado and in Maryland. They even shot up an ICE facility in Texas. And it seems like half of Antifa's trans. A couple of they-thems just got popped for firebombing Teslas. The mayor of Minneapolis says, you can't say that.
Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community or any other community out there has lost their sense of common humanity. We should not be operating out of a place of hate for anyone. We should be operating from a place of love for our kids.
I don't hate anyone who thinks they're trans. I feel sorry for them. But statistically, the trans population has been prone to violence. That's not villainizing, that's reality. And if you can't recognize reality, you're in danger. We love the American people, especially American children. And if they're troubled and believe they're somehow a girl trapped in a boy's body, we want to get them help. We don't want to give them hormones and operate on them. Society shouldn't be trying to produce more trans kids. We shouldn't be encouraging an emotional disorder or whatever this is. And doctors should stop profiting from it. Great Britain ended child sex change surgeries. They said it's barbaric, and they're right. And politicians should stop elevating the trans issue like it's the civil rights struggle of the 21st century. You see it all over Minneapolis.
Minneapolis will continue to be a safe haven for our trans community.
For being a safe haven for transgender individuals.
We have sued them for gender-affirming care. Yes, we are not going to scapegoat our transgender community.
When our children tell us who they are, it is our job as grown-ups to listen and to believe them.
So when your 9-year-old tells you he's a horse, do you let him sleep out in the barn and eat hay? What are we doing here? Just a few years ago, the psychiatric community classified transgenderism as a mental illness. Then doctors went woke and removed it as a condition, and now millions of young Americans are identifying themselves as trans and getting high fives. When someone has an illness, we should treat it instead of affirm it. We don't celebrate schizophrenia. We don't encourage depression. Teenagers are confused. Sometimes these things are just a phase. And if they're not, all right, then a grown man can wear a dress. If he wants to do that in America, he has that right. We're a pretty darn tolerant society. But the left's weaponizing trans kids and turning them into culture warriors. And they've been turned loose against the church, schools, and Trump. You see it, I see it. The trans clan has a militant wing, and it's out for blood. They're taking lives, defiling churches, and freaking everybody out. And some politicians are doing more to protect shooters like Westman than soft targets like schools. In 2023, private schools in Minnesota begged Governor Walz to fund more school safety. They told him it was an urgent and critical need. Minnesota had an $18 billion budget surplus, but the governor didn't do it. Instead, he turned Minnesota into a trans sanctuary, and his attorney general, Keith Ellison, sued Trump so they can keep castrating little boys. Tim Walz failed. Our leaders keep failing us. They failed us during COVID, on trade, on immigration. They say they care about kids, but they locked them down and oversaw an obesity and chronic disease epidemic. And now there's a growing trans epidemic, and they won't even admit it. Just like crime. They created a crisis and then lie about it and blame you for not being compassionate. But their fake compassion is getting people killed.
He didn't say anything wrong.
Suicidal transgender who hates
He
Trump.
didn't say anything wrong at all. Nothing. I want to show y'all this right here. This came from MSNBC yesterday. They were reporting on the shooting, and I want y'all to see how they respect the shooter's pronouns. It's ridiculous.
We continue to follow the breaking news of the deadly shooting at a church in Minneapolis where 2 children were killed and six more children are in critical condition, along with others who were injured in this shooting. But we now have an identification on the shooter. Let me bring in MSNBC's Mark Santia along with Christopher O'Leary, a former FBI counterterrorism official. All we knew up until this point, Mark, the brief description we got at the press conference was early 20s, wearing black clothing, cargo-like pants, but now we know who this person is.
You're right, Chris. And according to multiple senior law enforcement officials briefed on this matter, they say federal law enforcement has identified the Minneapolis church shooter as Robin Westman. Now, police have said publicly that Robin Westman is in their 20s with a limited criminal history. NBC News has confirmed with those same law enforcement officials that the suspect left behind videos that were posted online. There were writings that referenced suicide, as well as extremely violent thoughts and ideas. There was an apology to their family and a handwritten sketch of the interior layout of a church. Now, Chris, it's not clear or confirmed if that sketch, that individual sketch, is the church where the shooter eventually opened fire, but that's what we know right now. So Robin Westman has been identified by federal law enforcement as the shooter.
Did y'all hear it? I want to just take it back for a minute so I can point out exactly when they was protecting his pronouns. Check this out.
The brief description we got at the press conference was early 20s, wearing black clothing, cargo-like pants, but now we know who this person is.
You're right, Chris. And according to multiple senior law enforcement officials briefed on this matter, they say federal law enforcement has identified the Minneapolis church shooter as Robin Westman. Now, police have said publicly that Robin Westman is in their 20s with a...
Robin Westman is in their 20s? Okay, first of all, Robert Westman is in his 20s? Was Robin Westman is in their 20s? Hold up, that's not the only time. Check this out.
Limited criminal history. NBC News has confirmed with those same law enforcement officials that the suspect left behind videos that were posted online. There were writings that referenced suicide, as well as extremely violent thoughts and ideas. There was an apology to their family.
There was an apology to their family? Robert leaves behind a letter to their family? To their family? What the holy hell is happening to our people? You supposed to be the tough ones.
And a handwritten sketch of the interior layout of a church. Now, Chris, it's not clear or confirmed if that sketch, that individual sketch, is the church where the shooter eventually opened fire, but that's what we know right now. So Robin Westman has been identified by federal law enforcement.
And here's the thing, too. will it be a crime to say Robin Westman, born as Robert Westman, committed this crime? Would it be a crime to do that? We are talking about the person who is an asshole, who is in hell, hopefully, with a daggone barbecue skewer up their asshole right now. I don't give a damn what's happening to him. But they're what? Man, please, I have no respect. How can you respect somebody that does that to our children? I know he passed away, he killed himself, but we're gonna respect the dead. Yeah, respect the kids. Respect the parents of the children that passed away. How about that? I'm sorry, guys. This right here just pisses me off. I'm gonna stop even speaking about it. I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, man. Here is Robin Westman's paperwork. Born, look, in the matter of the application, Mary Grace Westman, on behalf of Robert Paul Westman, the shooter, on behalf of Robert Paul Westman, for a change of name to Robin M. Westman, even changed his middle name, from Dakota, state of Minnesota, county of Dakota. The current name of minor children and date Robert Paul Westman, June 17, 2002. The applicant requests to have his name changed to Robin M. Westman. Why is that difficult to talk about? Why is this difficult to discuss? It's facts. So here's the letter right here. I want to show y'all this right here. This just now hit.
Here's my note to my family and shit. Wow, some English writing. Wow. Hope you can read that. Yeah.
I think I am dying of cancer. So since I am dying of cancer, I'm going to take some people with me. That's his thinking. In the middle of the letter, he says, F that. I want to go out on my own. Due to my depression and anger, I want to fulfill a final act. You all are what kept me going. This is extremely, if you are suicidal and you want to murder people before you commit suicide, flip it, okay? Flip it. Take yourself out first. And if that don't work, try again. You don't have to take out anybody else, no innocent people, before you do yourself. If you're feeling that way, go to an abortion clinic and say, do to me which you have done to millions of black babies, I sign off on this. And they will say, okay. You ain't got to take out other people because you're depressed and angry.
Peace, love, unity, and guns. Baka. Baka, my brata. Baka. Mm. 9mm. Get fucked. This message brought to you by BlackRock and ExxonMobil. Sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Brandon Herrera for president. Yeah, I met Brandon Herrera at SHOT Show last year.
Okay, you get no more time. That video is online if you want to see it. I don't want to see anything else from this clown, 22-year-old Robert Westman. Born a man, died a man. Born a boy, died a boy. Whatever you want to call it. You're so disrespectful. I can't believe that you won't honor his pronouns. He don't want to be called him. He wants to be called them and they. Well, he lost their rights once he decided to shoot them. Now they, meaning him, can burn in hell.
Another piece of the puzzle as to who the shooter was. The Minneapolis Star Tribune says, according to court records, because there's been some confusion about what the shooter's name was.
Yes.
Robin Westman's mother applied to change her child's name in 2019. It was at one point Robert Paul Westman.
Correct.
But since she identifies as a female and wants her name to reflect that identification, was underage, it's now Robin West. Another piece of the puzzle as to who the shooter was. The Minneapolis Star Tribune says, according to court records, because there's been some confusion about what the shooter's name was.
Yes.
I'm done, guys. I gotta go pray, man. I'm done, guys. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being with me this morning. This is too much. This is too much. I'm gonna see you guys later. Continue to love on each other. Continue to thank God for your blessings. I'll start it off for you. Thank the Lord for that roof that he covered you and your family with. Thank the Lord for protecting you and your family from seen and unseen dangers as you slept. Thank the Lord for the activity of your limbs. Thank the Lord for the water that's running through your home, that's in your fridge, and that you're able to drink by yourself without help, because there are people in institutions, hospitals, you name it, who cannot. Thank the Lord that you can drive and you can walk and you can talk. Thank the Lord that you have people around this world who have your best interests at heart. Thank the Lord that you have friends and family and loved ones. Just thank the Lord for his grace and his mercy. My apologies for being so upset today and so emotional, but this right here is nothing to play with, man. It's always the same story. We always fall for the okie doke. They always send some sad soul to do the same act in order to change the conversation to gun laws. So now that's all we're about to be talking about is freaking gun laws. Or we're going to be talking about how America hates the trans community because you won't acknowledge the shooter's pronouns. I love y'all, man. Whether you love me back, I love you, and ain't a damn thing you can do about it. For anybody looking to join my coaching group, get the course, let's talk, or hit me up over email with the word coach or VIP so I can explain some other things that we got going on. Love y'all, man. I'll see y'all next time. And thank you everyone for being here and for everyone who went the extra mile to sow a seed. You guys are amazing. Continue to do great things. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.